Okay, so we are the part one of emotional intelligence. Today we'll be starting the second part of emotional intelligence. Remember, emotional intelligence, one question is 100% confirm in mains exam. Okay, one question will 100% come, so you have to write like the components or you have to give the examples. So emotional intelligence is a very important chapter from ethics. So we'll start the part of this particular chapter. Okay, I'm sharing the PDF. Okay, so हमने कहाँ तक किया था? This one first part was done, right? Components में we are done with self awareness. Then the advantages of self awareness of a civil servant are done. Handling media. Then how to handle petition givers. It is required. You need to have that self awareness. Then handling protesters. This also we are done. We are also done with self regulation, because once you have self awareness, then the next step is to regulate that. If you know ki you become angry in some situations, if you are aware about that fact, yes, you become angry, so you have to regulate yourself. Ki, okay, I will not do it. So that is what is self-regulation. We have covered it last class. Now, social skills. Okay, social skills also we are done. Like how to establish relationship, how to prevent breaking of relationships, how to sustain a relationship. All those comes under social skills, because it is also required for emotional intelligence. To build your emotional intelligence, this is also required. Okay, so now we'll come to this part, that is why social skills are important for civil servants. See, anything what you have here, why it is important from civil servant? Because the ethics is mostly for the bureaucrats. We are studying this chapter mostly for the bureaucrats. You need to have all these skills. So why social skills are required for civil servant? To develop your emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. First is work-life balance. A civil servant finds very less time to spend with his or her family members because of the dynamic challenges. Office work बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है, so that is the reason why you become very busy with the office, because you are serving the public or serving the people. So you spend very limited time with these two sets of people, that is family members and friends. So it is very much important to keep this relationship lively, because you are not able to give time. Because they also act as moral boosters. They provide the necessary window to vent one's frustration and depression. Because obviously anything which we feel which is not happening as per us, so we have to share with someone. So who better than your friends and family? So social skills in this regard essentially involves making family members and friends feel that you have not forgotten them and you value them. It's very much important, because usually the person who works very hard for the public, like from a bureaucrat point of view, they do not talk much with the family, or they do not have that much time. A phone call, an SMS, a WhatsApp message could help retain such relationship lively. Okay, so it means you are also understanding their emotions, which is the base of emotional intelligence. To understand the other person emotions, because they are also a family, you have to take care of them. Okay, so you have to understand their emotion also. So all these things matters a lot. With regard to family members who stay with civil servant at home, following things could help. What? Having at least 1 meal a day with them, whether it's a breakfast or whether it's a dinner, at least 1 meal a day, preferably breakfast. This is because a civil servant is mostly not sure of his or her work getting over soon in the night. Because this happens very often, because like at what time you'll be back to your family, you don't know, because you will be busy with the challenges. Okay? At least go on a picnic at least once in a month. Once in a month you can go on a picnic. Okay? Given the workload, this could be slightly difficult. Yet a civil servant can plan to take them to nearby places, preferably those places present in his or her jurisdiction only. This would also help him or her to understand if the maintenance of picnic spots is meeting the expectations from general public. So you have to also it's more of balancing your work and your personal life, because everyone has a personal life also. You can't spend 24 hours for work. If call every day at lunch, dinner, or snack time and exchange pleasantries. Try to spend more time with family members on special occasions like birthdays and wedding anniversaries. Okay, fine. Now attend the annual day functions of children without fail. If not able to go, at least watch the video of the program. Explicitly make it clear to family members that they matter to you the most. Involve all of them in major decisions pertaining to home. Any decision you are taking at home, at least you should consult them or discuss with them. Involve all of them in major decisions pertaining to home. Acknowledge their contribution in your success in as many public forums as possible. Like you got an award from the government for your work, so you have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge what? You have to acknowledge their contribution. Yes, they also supported you because they did not create a hindrance in your work. They gave you full freedom for work. So all these things you have to do so that that relationship maintains. Your family relation also maintains. You cannot ruin your family. You cannot ruin your family emotions in the name of work. In the name of your work, you cannot ruin your family relation, which is also a part of emotional intelligence. Mental peace at home translates into success in profession. If in home only you will not have mental peace, so obviously it will have an effect on, or very negative effect on your profession. If there is no peace at home, a civil servant cannot focus fully on his or her work. Obviously you can't do because there is no peace at home. So this is one point, that is work life balance ke liye you need social skills. Okay, next, interdepartmental cooperation. There will be various departments where you have to work, you have to consult them. You single-handedly can't work because you need funding from Ministry of Finance, so you have to talk with the secretary. Okay, so interdepartmental cooperation, you need to have proper coordination between different heads of different ministries. Okay, like one phone call can get the work done. Okay, suppose a civil servant is posted as a CEO of a PSU. Okay, CEO of a PSU. So the work of the PSU is another building another unit. The work of new PSU is halted because of want of clearance from the environment ministry. This is the like the uh, best example you can give, because always a clearance is needed from environment ministry. We study in environment, right? Any kind of you are building an industry or something, so proper environmental clearance is required. So if the CEO has a personal rapport with the head of the environment ministry, just one phone call would result in the decision on the clearance. It's not saying कि clearance मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, but at least the decision जल्दी होगा, या फिर at least we can expedite the work. We can expedite जल्दी. Government work usually जल्दी नहीं होता है. We can expedite the work. So these skills will help a lot in these kinds of dealings. Okay. So how it can be developed? How you can develop your social skills for the departmental cooperation? How you have to do it? You have to do it. First of all, this can be developed by wishing peers on their birthdays and wedding anniversaries personally. So you need to remember their wedding anniversaries, their birthdays. Small things helps a lot. Wishing message on WhatsApp groups would not create the personal touch. Hence, it is advised to send message on a personal message window in WhatsApp. पर्सनल में आप मैसेज करो, उनसे बात करो. Sending wishes for festival, while sending wishes for festival, it is advisable to add their name at the end or beginning. Instead of sending just happy Holi, send happy Holi Chawal ji. मतलब एक नाम के साथ you give that respect also. Okay, it creates a personal touch. Hosting dinners and lunches at home, meeting over a cup of tea, अटेंडिंग फंक्शंस एट अदर पेशेंट्स ओन, ये सब छोटी छोटी चीजें बहुत हेल्प करती है और मैटर करती है ब्यूरोक्रेसी में. वंस यू गो इनटू ब्यूरोक्रेसी, आपका जो स्टाइल है वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता चेंज हो जाएगा. यू विल नॉट बी फ्रेंडली विथ एवरीवन because now you are a part of the governance. You are a part of the governance, so you have to have contacts from the governance. So to create this contact or to have a healthy contact, you have to do all these things. Okay. Third is cooperation from other stakeholders. Cooperation from other stakeholders मतलब क्या? Like outside the government भी काम आता है. कोई एक बिजनेसमैन हो गया, एनजीओ हो गया, पॉलिटिशियंस हो गया, कोई यूथ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हो गया, एनीथिंग. यू नीड टू हैव चैरिटी. अगर कोई चैरिटी की बात हो गया, ट्रस्ट हो गया, you have to have good contacts with them also. So there also you need social skills. So cooperation from other stakeholders, may NGO, media, very important, media, civil society, politicians, youth organizations, private business, confederations, charitable trust, religious organizations, schools, colleges, all these things. When we list, बहुत ही लंबा है. So social skills involve acknowledging the role of these stakeholders wholeheartedly so that they extend their cooperation in times of need. It can be achieved in the following ways. Same, exchanging pleasantries during meetings. Whenever these people visit the office of civil servant, they should be offered a seat and a cup of coffee or juice. They should be addressed with respect. So these things you have to do to get your work done. See, it's not like you are using them. So you should not confuse it that we are using them. No, you are not using, because these things after all you are doing for the people, because you are not doing for your own benefit. It is not for your own benefit. So you can't use the word you are using them. No, you are, at the end of the day, we are doing it for service. This is public service. NGOs, media are all part of the governance. Media is the fourth pillar of democracy. NGOs do work for the people outside the ambit of the government. Politicians, they create, they make policies. Youth organizations, in lot of youth organizations come, they can help in of a person in need or a disability or anything. Tribal people, deprived people, anything. Okay. Private business you need to have, because you also need funding, private government funding, right? Okay. Religious organizations also you need to have good contact, because if there is a law and order problem, or there is a, suppose there is a riot or something is happening, religious problems are happening in today's time. So if you have a very good rapport with the leader of the religious organization, so at least you can talk to him and can solve the problem as soon as possible, because the people follow their leader, right? So all these things matters a lot. एक बहुत ही तुम्हारे एरिया पे, तुम्हारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक राइट हो गया, and you do not have any contact with the leader of the religious organizations, you can't do anything at that point of time. You can't. You'll be like what to do now. At that point of time, you can't talk to the people. They'll not listen to you. They listen to the leader. So if that leader has a very good relations with you as a civil servant, so things will be like things. I'll not say things will be solved overnight, but there is a chance that the damage will be less. Okay. Fourth thing is empathy. Or empathy we have already covered. Empathy means you are putting yourself in others' shoes and understanding the pain of that person. Empathy. Okay. Motivation in this context implies two things: mastering positive emotions to enhance one's achievement spirit. मतलब you motivate people, right? हम use daily basis में हम use करते हैं to motivate people. Means आप एक positive emotion दे रहे हो दूसरों को to enhance that person's achievement spirit. He wants to achieve something, so you are motivating him in positively in that, but not negatively, positively. Okay, fine. Next, nullifying negative emotions that dampen achievement spirit. You are completely negating the negative emotions that creates a hindrance in your achievement spirit. मतलब आप discourage मत करो. If you can't motivate, don't discourage also. Achievement spirit implies the drive that pushes one to achieve more and more in career and life. That drive. In other words, conditioning one's emotions such that they promote one's urge for higher achievement constitutes motivation component of. ये एक भी component है. कल हमने पढ़ा था motivation component of 5 components है, and the 5th component is motivation. So it means you are also understanding the other person emotion. What is that emotion of other person emotion? That is to achieve something. To achieve something, it can be anything. For example, UPSC aspirant. To achieve something. So the work of a mentor or a teacher is to understand that emotion of that particular person or student, and accordingly he or she has to motivate. The mentor has to motivate him or her in the right manner. See, the thing is, the motivation should be see here, motivation does not mean like buttering karna or apne फायदे के लिए. No, it should be real motivation. Like the thing is, again, that problem will come. Expectation versus reality. Yesterday we covered, right? Mismatch between expectation and reality. So that motivation should be synchronized with reality. Accordingly, you have to motivate. You have to make them understand. If I talk about only UPSC field, you have to make the student understand, okay, this is the reality, this is the real, the questions are this kind of questions. The questions are very tricky in nature, they are dynamic in nature, the questions will not be easy, it will be very tricky. There will be easy questions, but most of the questions will be tricky. So you have to motivate in that way so that the person whose emotion is to achieve something, he gets the right direction. He or she gets the right direction. That is more important here. Okay, you can't simply motivate anything like saying some stories and all. You have to motivate them. Now, if I'm talking about UPSC, so you have to motivate in line with UPSC. You cannot motivate a UPSC aspirant with a SSC thing or SSB thing. You have to motivate through UPSC. Okay, if anything, you can take any example. IIT, if somebody is doing, if somebody wants to grow more in science or any research, you have to motivate in that way. Then only you are understanding the emotion, the real emotion, because this emotion is real. That person wants to achieve something in that X field. Okay. Okay. Now come positive emotions that contribute for achievement. पॉजिटिव इमोशंस क्या है? अचीवमेंट के लिए ये सब पॉजिटिव इमोशंस होना बहुत जरूरी है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑप्टिमिज्म. ये देखो, ये जो अचीवमेंट वर्ड है ना, ये सबके लिए. हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सिविल सर्वेंट बिकॉज यू आल्सो वांट टू अचीव समथिंग, राइट? इफ यू गेट अ रैंक, you achieved the first part, that is UPSC exam, you cleared, you achieved, that is over. Now starts your new thing, achievement in civil services. You have to achieve there also, no? If you get a rank 13 or 14, after 5 years you go to jail for corruption cases, it means you didn't achieve anything, right? So positive emotions contribute a lot for achievement. First is optimism. Optimism implies hoping for a better future. Optimistic, the opposite word is pessimistic. Optimistic means is very quite positive, is quite positive about the future. Okay, the things will happen in a very, that is called hopeful. I am hopeful about it, I am optimistic about that thing. The feel associated with this hopefulness is an emotion of optimism. आपका जो फीलिंग है, आपका जो इमोशन है, एक होप है. हमेशा I tell you, while writing a essay, I'll take another class for essay, how to write. So your conclusion of essay, the ending of any essay, I'm talking about philosophical essays. Nowadays only philosophical essays are coming. No factual essays are coming. Okay. To write a philosophical essay, when you write a conclusion on any topic, your topic end conclusion should look optimistic. Don't use the word optimistic. The soul should be optimistic. It should see you, the person who is checking your paper, he or she, the person who is checking your paper should get a hope from that topic. Okay, fine, things will be good. It means you are optimistic and you are showing a positive emotion for achievement, for anything, for India or for anything, any topic you see, any topic you can put this point, positive emotion, optimism. So your last part of the essay, the words you write should convey these things. Optimistic or it should be hope. You see the problems you will write in the middle, that is okay, but the last words you use should not be pessimistic in nature. It will look very negative because you are a bureaucrat. See, every paper you write, GS 1, 2, 3, 4, and particular mains, they will evaluate you as a bureaucrat. Are you eligible to become a bureaucrat? They are not seeing your face, they'll see your answer. Okay, most of the answers, obviously, I'm not talking about modern history answers or ancient history answers or art and culture answer. I'm talking about normal society answers, GS1 society's answer, or any GS2, any kind of analytical polity answers. There they will see you as a bureaucrat. Okay. So one is optimism, positive emotions. These are the positive emotions. One is optimism, self-confidence, equanimity, सब एक एक करके करेंगे. Courage, curiosity and love. These are positive emotions. If a question comes, what are the positive emotions according to you as a bureaucrat for any kind of achievement in your bureaucracy life? So you have to write one line on these points. Okay. So optimism, this emotion convinces a person that every problem or an obstacle has a solution. So if you are optimistic in your life, you will always feel that every problems will always be there in your life. You cannot find a time when problem is not there. Every time you will have a problem. Everyone has a problem. I have a problem. You have a problem. Everyone goes through different problems in life, right? So everything has a solution. So you have to be optimistic. जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं आखिर में सब कुछ सही हो ही जाता है. प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी लेकिन प्रॉब्लम्स ऑलवेज आर नॉट लाइफ लॉन्ग. एक दो दिन रहेगा, एक हफ्ता रहेगा, 2 हफ्ता रहेगा, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम्स एट द एंड ऑफ द डे खत्म हो जाती है. सो इफ यू कीप थिंकिंग अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम, सो इट मीन्स यू आर नॉट ऑप्टिमिस्टिक. हमेशा पॉजिटिव रहो कि यस प्रॉब्लम्स है बट इट हैज अ सॉल्यूशन. एवरीथिंग हैज अ सॉल्यूशन. ओके, फाइन. दिस मेक्स अ पर्सन सर्च फॉर सॉल्यूशन. जब प्रॉब्लम आता है सो यू विल ऑलवेज सर्च फॉर सॉल्यूशंस बिकॉज देयर इज ऑलवेज अ सॉल्यूशन टू एवरीथिंग in all possible places. It's you who have to find a solution. Nobody can find a solution for you. It is you who have to find a solution. You can take opinion of everyone, of any person you want, but final decision it's you. So you have to be optimistic. Finally, this person shall not rest unless a solution is found. This ensures that all obstacles are removed and objective is realized. 100% that solution will come if you are optimistic in your life. You are optimistic to any kind of problem. आप अगर problem को लेके डिप्रेस रहोगे, you'll be a very negative thing. कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है. So you'll not spend your time in finding or searching the solutions. This is more important, to search for a solution. Following are the way, some ways to inculcate this emotion. How you can inculcate this particular emotion of optimism or optimistic. Don't lend ears to opinions that something is impossible. You should not hear to those opinions to whom you ask. You can ask for opinions, but you should not get influenced by that opinion. Okay? So you should not lend ears to opinions that something is impossible. Nothing is impossible here. Whatever goal you intended to achieve, write it on a paper and paste it at a place such that you see it often. I always tell this to my mentorship students, you know it, those who are under my guidance, ki always make targets so that you can see it. So always I tell you, before sleeping, you have to write your targets in a paper and keep it in the table. When in the morning you get up, you can see the targets. I always tell to my students. So that it means what you want to achieve that day, you are writing it on a paper so that you can read it. So it is a very positive emotion. It's a very positive emotion. It helps you. Okay. Read about experiences of successful persons in your field and paste their photo at a place such that you see him often and get inspired. See, this is prone to debate. Okay. This is prone to debate. It is up to you. See, the thing is, this is successful means what? Success, see, if you ask me personally, success is not the end. Like success, it's a journey, right? It's a journey. Like एक very famous Telugu movie है जहाँ पे महेश बाबू बोलता है कि success is a journey, not a what? Not a destination. Not a destination. Movie का नाम क्या है? बताओ. महर्षि मूवी. ठीक है. तो अब तुम सक्सेस हो गए, चलो अपने रैंक आपका हो गया यूपीएससी में, रैंक 2-3 हो गया, तो यू थिंक सक्सेस. बट उसके बाद क्या? उसके बाद अगर आप करप्ट करते हो, सो आर यू अ सक्सेसफुल पर्सन इन योर लाइफ? नो. यू आर हैविंग सम करप्शन केसेस अगेंस्ट यू, आप कोर्ट जा रहे हो, योर नेम इज वेरी बैड अमंग द पब्लिक, सो इट मींस इट इज नॉट अ सक्सेस देन. सो सक्सेसफुल पर्सन्स, उन्हीं का सक्सेसफुल पर्सन्स का फोटो आप रखोगे इन योर फील्ड एंड पेस्ट देयर फोटो. दोज आर हाईली सक्सेसफुल इन देयर लाइफ, नॉट इन अ फेज, इन अ पर्टिकुलर फेज, और हाईली सक्सेसफुल इन लाइफ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम, highly successful in life. The quotes he has given, एक ड्रीम, जैसे कि उनका एक वेरी फेमस कोट है, आपके पास अगर ड्रीम है, दैट ड्रीम शुड नॉट लेट यू स्लीप. शुड नॉट लेट यू स्लीप. आप हमेशा उसके बारे में सोचोगे, उसके बारे में काम करोगे, so obviously will be successful, right? For example, you ask me, some people ask me, how do I make real or UPSC oriented MCQs? How? Because there was a time when I was not sleeping and making MCQs, not for anyone, for myself. Today it is वो आज काम आ रहा है मेरे लिए. एक टाइम ऐसा था मैं वैसे ही बना रहा था, because it was not letting me sleep. मैं पढ़ रहा था, MCQ बना रहा था. So same thing you should apply. Same thing you should apply to all your subjects. I did not clear because I did not give time to my optional one, paper one, because I thought कि GS से हो जाएगा. So I neglected this. So you should see the experience of those successful persons who from their life and try to imbibe those experiences into your life and get inspired. ठीक है? Okay. Remember your past experiences. Always remember your past experiences of optimism and think that the same thing shall repeat this time as well. Always अपने past experiences से सीखना चाहिए. We should learn from our past experiences, and like the thing is, you should not repeat the mistakes you have made in your past. And you should always be also, if an optimism thing comes कि मैंने past experience पे एक optimism पे कैसे मैंने चीज लिया था, you should remember that. ओके तो ये रहा आपका ऑप्टिमिज्म, हाउ टू डेवलप और इनकलकेट द इमोशन ऑफ ऑप्टिमिज्म। नाउ द सेकंड थिंग इज सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत जरूरी है। कैसे? मैं एग्जांपल्स, बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स आपको बताऊंगा अभी। सो ऑलवेज राइट एग्जांपल्स व्हिच आर वेरी रियल इन नेचर. Do not give like flowery examples. Give examples which are real from your individual, your own examples you can give. Okay, so that the paper will look real and you will look real, because they need real candidates. Okay, see, self confidence mein it refers to the feeling associated with thought that I can do it. मैं कर सकता हूं. That is self confidence. A person who thinks that he can do something कैन ओनली डू दैट थिंग. अगर आपके पास सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस है कि हाँ मैं ही कर सकता हूं, फिर जाके आप कर सकते हो. आप हमेशा अगर सोचोगे ये मेरे से नहीं होगा, तो फिर वो कभी नहीं होगा. दिस इमोशन इज अबाउट फेथ इन वंस एबिलिटीज. आपके एबिलिटी का जो फेथ, आपका फेथ. नाउ द थिंग इज फेथ. व्हाट इज फेथ एंड व्हाट इज बिलीफ? एनीवन? आई टेल यू दिस. फर्स्ट लेट अस कम हियर. सो आपके पास फेथ होना चाहिए आप अपने एबिलिटी के ऊपर, ऑन योर ओन एबिलिटी. द फेरोसियसनेस विथ व्हिच रानी लक्ष्मीबाई fought against British was because of undoubting faith in her abilities. It can also be developed most in the same way as is suggested for optimism. Optimism, जो ways है how to inculcate optimism, same thing you can do it for developing your self confidence. Self confidence बहुत जरूरी है. Now see, this example is you are giving a personality example, which is good. पर्सनैलिटी एग्जांपल यू कैन गिव, बट यू कैन आल्सो गिव अगर आ जाएगा दो राइट, टू और दो एग्जांपल दो, टू एग्जांपल दो, एक इंडिविजुअल एग्जांपल दे सकते हो. यू हैव टू हैव फेथ इन योर टैलेंट. नाउ द थिंग इज, यू मे थिंक आई डू नॉट हैव द टैलेंट टू क्लियर यूपीएससी. आता है, बहुत जन को आता है, मोस्टली 99% लोगों को आएगा. 100%. There will be a time when you will feel कि I can't write. Some people are thinking now कि I can't write, I'm not able to write mains. I have also gone through this. 2016, 17, I have also gone through it. कि I am not able to write mains on my own. But I believed that I will be writing one day. I kept on believing. See, I'm not able to write, but I'm believing, okay, fine. देख के लिखूंगा, आंसर्स देख के लिखूंगा, लेकिन लिखूंगा जरूर. So that is the feeling of self-confidence. See, I was seeing answers from different websites. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. Some 10 to 15 answers I'll see. I'll club it and write it. So there will be a feeling when you will feel कि यार मैं देख के लिख रहा हूँ तो मेरे से क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. But always I feel ठीक है, देख के लिखेंगे, लेकिन लिखेंगे जरूर. Every day लिखेंगे. Every day लिख के, मगर every day लिख रहा हूँ, it means I have a thought inside me कि I can do it. That is why I'm doing it. That is why I'm writing it. मैं देख के लिख रहा हूँ, I'm seeing and writing, but still then I'm doing it. It means I have a self-confidence in me कि one day I can write. And that day came. Today I can see the answer and completely give you an answer. जो मैं क्लास में ऑफलाइन क्लास में लेता हूँ, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पढ़ता हूँ, फिर आंसर देता हूँ. That is a very dynamic answer. You can see in YouTube the answers. So उस लेवल का अगर आपको पहुंचना है तो you have to go through this phase. You have to. Every student goes through this. Problem happens in a student कि they do not have this self confidence, because when they write a mains they can't write. Okay, when they're not able to write, not can't, when they're not able to write a perfect answer, they don't get self confidence. उनका कम हो जाता है. They are not able to control this emotion. It means they are not optimistic, they become pessimistic. अंडरस्टैंड द डेप्थ, दे बिकम पेसिमिस्टिक। और वही पेसिमिस्टिक इमोशन जब आपके अंदर आ जाता है, यू स्टॉप राइटिंग आंसर्स। आप गलत आंसर लिख रहे हो, आपको पता है, बट यू आर नॉट डूइंग इट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पेसिमिस्टिक इमोशन कि मेरे से नहीं हो रहा, मैं आगे भी नहीं करूंगा। Because the thing is, again, you can mix all these things. You can, again, expectations. You expect कि one day in the first writing only I'll write the perfect answer. But again, you are very far from reality. So there is a mismatch. Yesterday we studied. There is a mismatch. See, I'm giving you examples always from your own individualistic example. Because you are a student, so you should write your answer from your own experience. Then only that answer will be the real answer. So there is a mismatch between expectation. You are expecting a lot, but the reality is not that. The reality is you have to write multiple answers for 1 year or 6 months regularly to get that perfect answer. That is reality. But you expect कि मेरा एक दिन में ही आंसर अच्छा हो जाए, सेकंड डे से ही मेरा मेंटर या सर मुझे बोले कि वाह क्या लिखे हो, वैसा नहीं होता है। आपको गलतियां करके ही आपको सक्सेसफुल होना है। आप पहले दिन से अगर सक्सेसफुल हो जाओगे तो फिर हर आदमी सक्सेस हो सकता है, पा सकता है, राइट। सो दैट सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड इन यू, वो कि हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ, आज नहीं तो कल मैं कर सकता हूँ, आई विल वर्क फॉर इट। ठीक है, ओके। सो दैट इज वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस। जो कि आज 21 ईयर्स के हो, 22 ईयर्स के हो, यू विल फील नेक्स्ट ईयर, आई एम टेलिंग यू, व्हेन यू डोंट क्लियर प्रीलिम्स, दिस पार्ट like it will hit you very hard, it will hit you very hard, I'm telling you। वो बहुत आपको ज्यादा हिट करेगा जब आपका नहीं होगा, राइट। सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू हैव टू कंट्रोल योर इमोशन। May 28 को, in May 28 what will happen is, lot of students, I'm telling you, lot of students will fail that day. They will fail 100%, they will fail. So there your optimistic emotion will come into play. Somebody will clear, somebody will not clear. It's the reality, right? You should understand it's the reality. So your optimistic nature, your self-confidence, yes, I failed today, but I will read more because I know I can do it. That thought is more required. 6 attempt, 6th attempt में rank 1 आया है, history says it. 5th attempt में, 4th attempt में they are getting toppers. Why? Because they also went through the lows, but they were optimistic and they had this self-confidence कि I will not stop working, I will read more. So for that, see, now you tell me, sir, family pressure होता है, parents pressure होता है, all these things, it okay, fine. That is what is life, right? You will get the challenges. It is you how to solve it through emotional intelligence with your family. You have to make them understand कि I am born for it, I can do it. You have to make them understand, I can do it. 1 साल हो, 2 साल हो, करके रहेंगे, ठीक है, okay। The third part is equanimity. क्या है ये? See, this term may be new for someone, okay। काफी ये जो term है, it's not used everywhere, okay। This is not a specific emotion, it is the maintenance of all emotions in an equitable proportion। हर जो इमोशंस होता है, ऑल इमोशंस, उसको एक इक्विटेबल प्रोपोर्शन में हम उसको मेंटेन करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड इक्वानिमिटी। ensuring that neither the positive nor negative emotion overpowers an individual। आप अगर सक्सेस हो जाता है तो आप एक्साइटेड भी नहीं होना है, आप अगर फेलियर कर रहे हो, दैट फेलियर ऑल्सो शुड नॉट कंट्रोल यू, ठीक है। टू एलाबोरेट, सपोज अ पर्सन गेट्स एक्साइटेड विद सक्सेस वेरी मच, he may think that the achievement is over and then slip to relaxing mode। यही होता है when you get a rank। आप इतना एक्साइटेड हो जाते हो उस सक्सेस में, you forget your roots कि from where you have come, आप सब कुछ भूल जाते हो, और वहीं पे आपकी गलती होती है। फिर आप और अचीवमेंट, जैसे कि मैंने बोला, सक्सेस, यू थिंक सक्सेस इज अ like getting a rank is success, no, it is a process, it is a process, it will always come। सक्सेस बंद हो जाएगा, फिर एक नया लाइफ शुरू होता है, वहां पे एक और सक्सेस के लिए आपको और अचीव करना है, स्ट्राइव करना है। सो अगर आप ये जो दिस सक्सेस इमोशन ओवरपावर्स यू, it also overpowers you, then you will not strive for next better achievement। Suppose if I think, for example, if somebody tells me only read only spectrum book and I get वेरी मच खुश हो गए, मेरा स्पेक्ट्रम रिवाइज हो गया, 10 बार पढ़ लिया, तो ऑब्वियसली मेरा हिस्ट्री का कोई क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा, तो मेरा सॉल्व हो जाएगा. बट इट इज नॉट द केस नाउ. इट वाज देयर 2014 2015 में वैसा था. नाउ इट्स नॉट द केस. एक बुक से नहीं होता है. So do not get satisfied if you get in a test series, if you get out of 100 some 120 in XYZ test series. So you get very happy. You get very happy and you get that pseudo confidence. You get that pseudo confidence. And this is what institutes do with the students. They play with this emotion. They play with this emotion. वो खुश हो जाते हैं उनके. See, after all, this is a business. ये सब पूरा is a part of the business. Easy questions, you solve it, you feel ki okay, I am done with UPSC, I am clearing. In exam you get 75. In exam you get a 75 or 80. Then you come, फिर आप जब फेल हो जाते हो, it will be very difficult to control that emotion. आप optimistic हो ही नहीं सकते because you have expected a very high thing. It's very difficult to come to reality at that point of time. So you have to be very perfect. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप वो टेस्ट सीरीज मत दो. Give that test series also because there will be 25 to 30 easy questions also. But there are 70 other questions which will be very tricky and moderate level and a very difficult level. So for that you need to strive more. You need to do more MCQs, more brainstorming MCQs. Nowadays state level exams are also competing with UPSC. You can check JKPCS paper. You can check UPPCS paper. ठीक है. So it is always you have to strive. You should not be satisfied. Okay, I'm doing. I need to know more always. I need to always know more. Obviously, relevant information, but you should always be ready to know more. Okay. So if you are getting a good mark, do not get very much excited. Okay, fine. That day was a good day. So you should learn more to maintain that good mark. Okay. Fine. Similarly, people without equanimity would be gripped with fear whenever an undesirable circumstance aa jata hai. Because if you do not have this attitude, or sorry, this particular emotion, it's not an emotion, this particular thing, this particular entity, or whatever you say it. So if you don't have this, so the problem when an undesirable circumstance aa jata hai na, it becomes very difficult to maintain that emotion. Okay. Fine. So similarly, people without equanimity would be gripped with fear whenever an undesirable circumstance encountered jab aa jata hai. They get scared. They get scared so much that they do not think of overcoming the fear and marching ahead. Dhoni's success as captain is often attributed to his equanimity. He is often referred to as Captain Cool. He knows kaun sa time pe kaun sa emotion dikhana hai. He knows how to maintain that emotion in equitable proportion. Okay. जितना भी अगर आप बहुत सारे ऐसे मैचेस we have seen, we have witnessed lot of matches which are very like end moment तक आ जाता है. But have you ever seen here like he is getting fear or something? He is always cool. ठीक है. Fine. Next come the most important thing, courage. Okay. Courage मतलब क्या है? Courage means fearlessness. Okay. Fearlessness का हिंदी क्या होता है? आप बोलोगे fearlessness मतलब दबंग. सलमान खान का दबंग है, वो fearlessness था, वो अलग है. ठीक है. Courage means here we are mostly we talk about the moral courage. We are talking about the moral courage part. A person under the influence of this emotion would not tremble, shiver at the face of scary or hostile environment. कोई भी hostile environment आएगा, if you have the moral courage, you will not fear it. This is more specifically applicable to management of law and order problems by a civil servant. जब आप law and order problem आप solve कर रहे हो ना, हमेशा there will be a fear, right? Because the environment is not good. Because law and order is always it's very sensitive, right? It's very sensitive. Mob attack हो सकता है, riots हो सकता है, religious problem हो सकता है. जो in today's time it's happening also. Many times the mob may turn violent. They may even pelt stones, hurl other sharp objects, and even touch public property. बहुत होता है ऐसा, public property को damage करते हैं. Any sense of fear in the mind of a civil servant would make him leave the scene. आप छोड़ के आ सकते because एक fear आ जाता है. Or he may not take bold decisions to disperse the crowd. Similarly, an officer is bound to get a lot of threats, some of which are serious enough. Threatening one's and one's family lives भी आता है. Threatening बहुत आता है. जो माफिया, लैंड माफिया के साथ आप डीलिंग करना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ द सैंड माफिया. बहुत सारे माफिया हैं, राइट? The moment one hears the threat, some emotion gets created in the mind. If that emotion makes him tremble, अगर वो overcome कर जाता है that threat का emotion, then obviously you would step back and relent. It means escapist. You are not doing. You have been given that job to solve, but you are not doing because of that emotion. Because that emotion comes. So always this courage emotion will help you to get rid of this. However, if that emotion does not disturb that officer, then he or she is courageous. ठीक है? So emotional intelligence in this regard would include consciously trying not to get fearful. You are consciously trying कि मैं fearful नहीं होऊंगा. It is a conscious thing. You are मतलब जानबूझ के you are trying. You have to do it to develop that emotional intelligence. It will include this one kind of a component. Understanding that the hostile object one is faced with is just momentary. आपको understand करना पड़ेगा. It is a momentary thing. It is not a permanent thing. This problem will come and this problem will always go. So here also, if you are feeling, so it means in a way you are optimistic because this is a problem. This is a problem, right? Hostile object is a problem. But if you are understanding it is just a moment, it is just for a moment. ये ज़्यादा time तक नहीं रहेगा. It means you are optimistic. Understanding that the hostile object one is faced with is designed deliberately for intimidation. आप अगर understand करते हो कि वो जो hostile object जो हो रहा है वो कहीं ना कहीं deliberately आ रहा है intimidate करने के लिए. It is coming for intimidation. Then also you can solve that problem. You have that courage. Remembering similar past incidents and thinking that such incidents in the past did not create any problem. अगर वैसा कुछ incident like पहले से हुआ होगा and you remember that incident and you like a case study you follow that incident or you try to remember that incident and think okay it did not create any big problem. So why should I fear? Thinking that facing this hostile object with courage would bring laurels. आप सोचोगे कि अगर if I do this, if I face this problem with courage, so it will bring me a very good recognition. I may get an award or something. Recognition. So you'll always work for it and will solve that problem. Okay, fine. So this emotion also translates into risk taking ability. So अगर ये emotion आपके पास है, so आप risk हमेशा लोगे. As risk is positively associated with reward, risk taking ability would lead to better rewards and achievements. Achievements, rewards, or kind of recognition you will get. Okay, so risk taking ability is always required. Next is curiosity. This is another emotion that contributes positively towards achievement. Curiosity एक होना चाहिए हमेशा. Like it is nothing but a inquisitive restlessness. आप curious हो एक चीज को जानने के लिए. When a person stumbles upon something new, अगर कुछ new मिल जाता है और something only partially clear, a sense of restlessness kicks in an individual. This restlessness shall not quench unless this individual knows everything about the unclear thing. So ये जो restlessness आपका है, जो curiosity आपका है, it will only help a person to know more, to gain knowledge, to find newer and better ways to do a particular task. ये खास करके आज के देश में we are into digital, right? We are into digital digital times, right? So we are into more science and tech, innovation, everything. New things are getting innovated, new technologies. So for this as a bureaucrat, you need to have a particular curiosity level because these are all our future, right? Artificial intelligence, our future, 5G, Internet of Things, all these things. So you need to have a curiosity level to know more, to gain more knowledge, and to find a better way because you will be the one who will be recommending to the government that we need to do this, we need to do that. Okay. However, this restlessness should not be channelized into trying to find out. Okay, confidential personal things के लिए नहीं चाहिए. You have to do finally for the public purpose के लिए, लोगों के लिए करना है. Personal information, anything which is confidential, for that no need to do this. Knowing how to manage this restlessness is what constitutes emotional intelligence in this particular context. You should know how to manage this restlessness. A person should know when to pursue the curiosity and when not to do it. Even in the pursuit of curiosity for right things, a person should ensure that this should not ignore other important activities. But you should not ignore other important things. So a particular kind of curiosity level should be there. For anything which is new or anything which is partially clear, you need to know more. Okay. Final thing is love. Emotion of love. It is nothing but affection. Affection, you have to be affectionate. Okay, you have to be affectionate. The moment a person encounters something, if he feels to stay with the same for long or even forever, that is love. If an employee loves his work, then he feels attracted towards it. He feels to spend more time at workplace. This automatically translates better work outcomes. So it is apt to recount the quote of Confucius: choose a job you love and you will never have to work for a day in your life. This comes for everything. For like when you go into bureaucracy, suppose you are posted in like very difficult terrain like a northeast, difficult area or a terrain like northeast, and you say ki I don't want this kind of posting, it's kind of a punishment posting, and all those things will come to your mind. Okay, all those things will come to your mind like it's a punishment posting or something like that. So at that point of time you have to love your job. If you don't love your job, so you can't work, and if you don't work, obviously finally who will get affected? Public service delivery will get affected. Okay, so in your own life also, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. So always I tell, any kind of subject of GS for prelims, you have to start creating interest. Once you start creating interest, it will not look like you are working very hard. You are working very hard. See, in institutes, I take classes for 7 hours, 8 hours a day continuously. I don't feel the pain. Why? Because I like or I love that taking classes. When I make content, questions, answers, I make it in a very quick manner, or like it doesn't look like I'm working. That is the thing, because the thing is, this emotion is there for that. So when you have this emotion, you will not feel like you're working. Okay. So very important, you have to find out what is your job in your life. You have to, once you get to know this, your life mostly it will be settled. I can take a guarantee of that. Most of the people, they come जबरदस्ती, they come in a जबरदस्ती way कि हमको यूपीएससी करना है क्योंकि उसने किया है या फिर वहां पे पावर है या फिर they don't understand कि what they have been made for. Every people are not for UPSC. Every people are not for UPSC. You have to understand कि what you are made for. You should do what you love. So that, see, every category, बहुत सारे like there is dance है, food industry है, tourism sector है, teaching sector है, बहुत सारे sectors है. It's a very varied thing India में. सब sector में आप नाम कमा सकते हो. The thing is you should know कि आपको करना क्या है life में. Not for the sake कि somebody is doing, I'll do also. That is not love. It should come from inside. एक ऐसा टाइम पे आपके 20s में और 30s में ऐसा आएगा, you'll come to know कि why you are into this like world, आपका काम क्या है इस फील्ड में. This love gives a kind of satisfaction. Boredom, frustration are not experienced by a person who loves his or job. For example, I was in TCS, I was in IBM. Total I worked for 7.2 years. Okay, all my 20s I worked like 7.2 or 7.5 years. 22 से लेके 30 तक मैंने काम किया, nearly 8 years. But I always felt कि I am working. It means I was not loving the job. I was simply because एक कंपनी मिल गया है तो मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, monotonous काम कर रहा हूँ. I was not feeling that satisfaction, that job satisfaction मिल नहीं रहा था, because तब मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि what am I doing, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. See, it's not about the salary or the money. It's not about the salary or the money. It's about the love of the job or love for the job, which was not there in my case. For XYZ I did not like it. But more than 7 years वहां पे रहना, it's also a big thing. So it means I wasted my nearly 8 years. The whole 20s I did something which is not giving anything now in return to me now. Mostly it is not given anything apart from a car or a two-wheeler or something like that, nothing else. So it means I was this, or I was frustrated, and I did not love it. Fine. So it means अगर मैं उस टाइम पे यूपीसी करने आता, which I found it at the age of 31 plus, कि मुझे यही करना है, इसी फील्ड पे रहना है, हो या ना हो. अगर होगा तो ठीक है, अगर नहीं होगा तो मैं पढ़ाऊंगा. अगर मुझे 20s में पता चल जाता तो लाइफ वुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट. So it means I made a very big mistake of not knowing what I am made for. Of not, it means I did not realize, I did not realize, I did not realize the potential or my potential. That means there was a mismatch between expectation and reality. The reality is, the expectation was, okay, TCS में काम किया, IBM में काम करेंगे, अच्छा करेंगे, ऑन साइट जाएंगे, ये करेंगे, वो सब था. That was my expectation, but my reality was I was not made for this. I am not able to make. मेरे को C band, D band मिलते थे, बट मैं जबरदस्ती था वहां पे. क्यों? क्योंकि 50 to 55,000 मिल रहे थे मनी. So this thing you should avoid in your life. The mistake which I did, nobody should do, because you guys have come from early 20s. The one एक जो बड़ा पड़ाव है आपने पार किया है, जो अर्ली आ गए इस फील्ड पे. तो नाउ यू हैव टू वेरी क्विकली शुड नो, आर यू एलिजिबल फॉर दिस फील्ड. 1 साल 1.5 साल के अंदर यू शुड कंप्लीटली फोकस कि ओके फाइन, आई एम इनटू दिस फील्ड, आई विल स्टे हियर, आई विल गिव माय 6 अटेम्प्ट्स. बात खत्म. ऑप्टिमिस्टिक फुल, आई विल गिव माय 6 टिल लास्ट, आई विल गिव. मैं 6 अटेम्प्ट दूंगा, अगर मेरा हो जाएगा तो ओके, नहीं होगा इसी फील्ड पे रहूंगा. दिस इज ऑल्सो ए सेक्टर, दैट इज यूपीएससी एजुकेशन सेक्टर. So you have to plan your, and this is nothing but your, it should be your plan B. Automatic. Don't tell yourself it's my plan B. Always go for plan A ki I will clear. And make yourself that much empowered ki automatically plan B will work if your luck is not good for plan A. Fine. This should be your plan. Okay. Because UPSC ka preparation 100%, it will bring a big change in your life. It will be a U-turn if you prepare honestly. The quicker you prepare honestly, the quicker you know the content, the quicker you know the things, how to read, what to read, relevant stuff to read. Your things are, mostly the things are done. Just it's a matter of luck to get that rank. Okay. Fine. This love gives a kind of satisfaction. ये हमने पढ़ा. It also includes love towards customers or citizens. A person who thinks that customer is the reason for his existence, he gets excited in serving the same. Customer, यहाँ पे customer, वहां पे public. अगर आप bureaucracy हो, तो वहां पे customer is public because the delivery you have to give to them, service delivery. तो अगर आपको पता है कि yes, they are the reason why I am working for them, because after all, your name is public servant. Public servant. The word is servant here. पब्लिक का सर्वेंट है आप. अगर आपको पता है कि आप सर्व कर रहे हो उनके लिए, सर्वेंट मीन्स द वन हु सर्व्स इज ए सर्वेंट, द वन हु सर्व्स एनीबडी. दिस एक्साइटमेंट अगर आपको है कि यस, दिस इज द रीजन फॉर माई एग्जिस्टेंस, बात खत्म. इट मीन्स इट इज योर वर्क, यू हैव टू डू. यू विल नेवर फील लाइक इफ यू वर्क 15 hours in a bureaucracy, you will not feel like work, because that is the reason for your existence. You have already felt that. This excitement pushes him to strive beyond abilities to satisfy the customer. You will strive beyond your abilities. आपका जितना ability उससे और ज्यादा और अच्छे से आप काम करो. As the head of the organization, department or a geographic area, a civil servant should heighten this emotion. यही emotion काम करता है. आप अगर आपको पता होना चाहिए कि you are here for the public. I always say, bureaucrats should always think I am a servant. I am not a babu. That babu culture should go. There is a stark difference, the literal meaning of servant and babu. This is a colonial mindset. This is a colonial mindset जो कि British time से आया है. If you stop thinking like a babu and you stop thinking like a servant, yes, I am the servant for them, then you will always work beyond your abilities for the satisfaction of the people, what they need or what they want. You have to heighten this emotion, you have to increase this emotion. You have to increase this emotion among the employees also, such that they love their office and job profile. Identifying the interest of employees and assigning them the task which they love to engage in makes employees love the job. Suppose a person is interested to roam from place to place, that person should be assigned the responsibility of marketing. अगर उसको roaming करना अच्छा लगता है and is good in making people understand and selling their products, he should go for marketing. Simple. He or he should love his or her work. आपका काम के प्रति आपका वो लव होना बहुत जरूरी है. Suppose a person is interested in working on a live project. If he is assigned to the administration section of the organization, he shall never love that profession. See, project में काम करना मतलब it's a technical. It means you need to have technical knowledge. Now आपको now your interest in is in this, लेकिन आपको अगर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में बिठाया जाता है तो आप कैसे काम करोगे बताओ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर वेरी गुड इन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव वर्क, यू आर अ वेरी गुड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, और आपको अगर लाइव प्रोजेक्ट में डाल देता है तो आप क्या पढ़ाओगे फिर, आपको क्या चीज आपको पता होगा. बिकॉज यू आर एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज डिफरेंट, वर्किंग ऑन अ लाइव प्रोजेक्ट इज डिफरेंट. ओके, it is very difficult to have both. It's very rare. Okay, because administration is something different, technical is something different. Then the second aspect is to make the employee love the office. Very important. Following tips could help. कुछ tips बहुत जरूरी है. Ensure that the office ambience is very encouraging. Office ambience बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. Any office, it can be any private organization, it can be anything. The ambience should be good. Okay, it should be encouraging. Proper lighting, ventilation, AC, ये सब चीज छोटी छोटी चीजें होती है, लेकिन ये बहुत काम मैटर करता है. Recreation spaces, creating a small pool if possible in the office premises and create a small park. Exercise जो करना चाहते हैं, कुछ कुछ बच्चे होते हैं, यूपीसी के बच्चे होते हैं, सुबह सुबह एक्सरसाइज करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए एक पार्क है. Creating a small pool, एक कार्टून्स डाल दो, लाफ्टर इवोकिंग कार्टून्स डाल दो. लाइट म्यूजिक, ये कुछ ज्यादा हो गया बट कोई बात नहीं. डिपेंडिंग ऑन द ऑफिस, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द वर्क, यू कैन पुट दिस. इट्स नॉट मैंडेटरी कि ये सभी चाहिए, बट एटलीस्ट मिनिमम थिंग इज लाइक प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन होना चाहिए, एटलीस्ट एक एसी होना चाहिए, प्रॉपर लाइटिंग होना चाहिए. ओके, बाकी म्यूजिक, ये पूल, ये सब उतना जरूरी नहीं है, बिकॉज अगर पूल करोगे तो हर कोई पूल के पास रहेगा. ठीक है, काम फिर कौन करेगा. ओके, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, the organizational culture can be designed in the following way to make the employees fall in love with office. Reward सबसे बड़ी चीज है, ये सबसे बड़ी चीज है. Why? Because it works as an incentive. It works as an incentive. बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है रिवार्ड. हमेशा आप अगर हर चीज में देखोगे रिवार्ड बहुत जरूरी है. Why? जो भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस होती है या फिर प्राइवेट ऑफिसेस होती है, वहां पे गुड बिहेवियर या फिर गुड, यू कैन ऐड हियर गुड बिहेवियर एंड गुड वर्क. गुड वर्क के लिए रिवार्ड और इंसेंटिव देना बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत जरूरी, बिकॉज इट क्रिएट्स दैट अर्ज टू वर्क मोर. ओके, एवरीवन एड्रेसिंग एवरीवन एल्स इन सम रिस्पेक्टफुल टर्म, like respect, like you have to respect them. If you use mister, if you use G, ये सब चीज बहुत काम करता है. This type of address could inspire confidence in the lower staff level, lower level staff. If their day at office is filled with scornful address and remarks, coming to office itself worries. जो कि खास करके जो प्राइवेट कंपनीज में, जो कि प्राइवेट कंपनीज में होते हैं, जो कि टारगेट बेस्ड होता है. टारगेट बेस्ड, आपको पता है जो मार्केटिंग में रहता है उनका काफी टारगेट बेस्ड रहता है. द मैनेजर या फिर द बॉस, दे डोंट एड्रेस विथ रेस्पेक्ट. बहुत ही खराब तरीके से डांटते हैं या फिर पूछते हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल, ठीक है, मनी तो मिलता है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं एक जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं होता है, अर्ज नहीं होता है कुछ और काम करने के लिए. गेट टुगेदर्स वंस इन अ वीक, काफी टीम लंच होता है. ठीक है, कभी कभार व्हेन यू आर, इफ यू हैव अ टीम, कभी कभार यू कैन टेक फॉर देम अ टीम लंच. Okay, thus all these things are done when the emotion of love among the organization is heightened and they work for the organizations. ठीक है. Now coming to the last part, that is negative emotions. नेगेटिव इमोशंस लाइक इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस बीइंग इम्यून टू, इम्यून मतलब आपको नेगेटिव इमोशन से इम्यून होना है. इट मींस इट शुड नॉट अफेक्ट यू एंड यू शुड ओवरकम द नेगेटिव इमोशंस. फर्स्ट इज फियर. फियर इज एन इमोशनल रिस्पॉन्स एसोसिएटेड विद वंस इनएबिलिटी टू फेस ए थ्रेट. अगर एक थ्रेट और डेंजर को आप फेस नहीं कर सकते, इट मींस ये फियर है. इट इज एंटीथेसिस टू द इमोशन ऑफ करेज. हम करेज के जगह हमने फियर के बारे में वी स्टडीड, राइट? सो इसका उल्टा है. अगर आपका पास करेज नहीं है, इट मींस यू हैव दिस इमोशन ऑफ फियर व्हिच चार्जेस अ पर्सन टू फेस ए थ्रेट और अ डेंजर. फियर स्टॉप्स एन इंडिविजुअल फ्रॉम प्रोसीडिंग अहेड. कभी भी फियर नहीं करना है. If you are correct, you should not fear. You should not get intimidated from anyone or by anyone. People will come to intimidate you, but if you are honest, you should have this courage to face. People will come and say you a lot of things, but that emotion should not be there. That is fear. Fear stops an individual from proceeding ahead. This scuttles his or her realization of destination. करता है fear. It will affect your mind. So it will जो आपका जहां पहुंचना है, आपका जो रियलाइजेशन आपके डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंचने के लिए, it will hamper that. Many vested interests are adversely affected by the actions of a civil servant. They try to stop him or her midway. अगर आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, lot of other people in that organization will come and make their best and try their best to stop you. हर जगह होता है, हर जगह होता है. आप प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में जाओ या फिर आप गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन में जाओ, somebody will come. If there is a talented person or a talented guy, somebody will come and try to poke you or try to something they'll try to stop you. Okay, so you should not get that emotion thinking as fear नहीं करना है, वो क्यों आ रहा है, nothing. You should not. You should have that courage to face. Creating a threat or a danger is the easiest way to stop such civil servant. क्योंकि एक थ्रेट और एक डेंजर अगर दे दोगे तो काफी इजी हो गया. इफ यू हैव दिस इमोशन, बट इफ यू हैव द करेज, इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर द अदर गाय टू डू इट. इट विल नॉट बी इजी फॉर द अदर गाय. इफ द इमोशन ऑफ फियर ग्रिप्स हिम, he is unlikely to march ahead. Hence, it is always important for a civil servant to keep this fear under wraps. तो ये चीज आपको हमेशा करेज के साथ रहना है. अगर कोई भी आप प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हो, सपोज यू आर वर्किंग इन अ प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ठीक है, एंड यू आर सपोज टू बी वेरी एथिकल, बट फॉर सम रीजन somebody is coming and trying to create a danger or a threat, and you fear कि you will not get a job outside. It means first of all you are pessimistic. You are not optimistic because you are feeling you will not get a job. It means you are not confident on yourself. You are not having that courage कि I can do it. You should always have this, I can do it. If you have this, very easily you will get a job. Very easily you will get a job. I can guarantee on that. But for that you need to have this, I can do it. And for this I can do it, you have to improve yourself technically. You have to upgrade yourself in any field. I'm not talking about a particular field. In any field you have to upgrade yourself so that you do not have this fear. You should have this courage. ये जॉब गई तो क्या होगा, और एक जॉब आएगा और एक अच्छा जॉब आएगा. यू शुड हैव दैट कॉन्फिडेंस, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. Once you should develop from now, because it will help you in once you get into bureaucracy. You should develop from now. Yes, I am confident, I will get it, I have that talent. See, there is a difference between self-confidence and overconfidence. Overconfidence नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं, that is a different thing. Because overconfidence अगर आ गया, if overconfidence आ गया, so you will not strive for more, right? आप नहीं पढ़ोगे. और तो एक सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, आपके अंदर में वो कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए कि ठीक है, यहाँ पे गलत चीज हो रहा है, आई हैव रेज्ड माय वॉइस, बट आई नो. फियर, वही चीज है करेज. फियर वर्सेस करेज ऑलवेज विल प्ले इन योर लाइफ, ऑलवेज. ओके, फियर कैन बी मैनेज्ड. कैसे मैनेज होगा, देखो मैनेज कैसे होगा. ओके, तो ये नेगेटिव इमोशन, एक फियर हो गया, एक एंगर, एक जेलसी, एक बोर्डम. ठीक है, तो ये हम एक एक करके पढ़ेंगे. काफी लाइक दीज आर वेरी कॉमन फैक्टर्स इन एवरीवन्स लाइफ. ये कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं आता है. एंगर, फियर, बोर्डम आता है, जेलसी सबका नहीं आता, लेकिन आता है, मतलब काफी सारे लोग हैं जो कि जेलस फील करते हैं। तो हाउ टू फियर को मैनेज कैसे करेंगे? देखो, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर फियरफुल ऑफ, वो अंडरस्टैंड करना चाहिए। रैशनली एनालाइज इफ द ऑफशूट्स ऑफ द फियर ऑब्जेक्ट आर रियल और परसिव्ड। आप अगर उसको समझ में आ गया आपको कि क्या वो सच में रियल है और एक परसीव्ड थिंग है, यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, you can manage that thing if you understand that. Share your fear with your close ones like family members or friends. They shall boost your morale and help you overcome that. Share your fear. If you are, see, एक आएगा when somebody in your organization, अगर आपका कोई senior है या फिर आप bureaucrat में हो, आप IAS officer हो, somebody is trying to like not let you work honestly. That full department is corrupt. Full department corrupt and you are very honest. Okay, so obviously they will try to put pressure on you, right? So fear will come. मे बी वो मुझे फंसा देंगे, मे बी वो मुझे कुछ एलिगेशंस लगाएंगे, सो दैट फियर विल कम. सो यू शुड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आर दे रियल. इफ यू नो कि दोज आर नॉट रियल, तो व्हाई टू फियर? एंड अगर आपका मोरल डाउन हो रहा है, शेयर विथ योर डैड, शेयर विथ योर मॉम. रिमेंबर योर स्ट्रेंथ ऑलवेज, because at the end of the day this is the only thing which will help you. Remember your strength and think that you have the ability to overcome the danger. If you just remember what strength you have. Think of past experiences wherein you have overcome dangers. अगर past में कुछ किए हो ऐसा, just think कैसे तुमने overcome किया था उसको. That reassures your ability to overcome this danger as well. This helps you come out of fear. Remember. ठीक है? So these are the things you should imbibe in yourself to get rid of that fear emotion. An emotionally intelligent person would not fully destroy the emotion of fear in him. वो fully destroy नहीं करेगा. जो इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट है, वुड नॉट फुल्ली डिस्ट्रॉय द इमोशन ऑफ फियर. देयर आर अ फ्यू थिंग्स फॉर व्हिच अ पर्सन शुड फियर. ऐसा नहीं कि आप पूरा अगर फियर, किसी को फियर नहीं करोगे तो कैसे होगा, वैसा नहीं होता है. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस और सर्कमस्टेंसेस. सो सम सर्कमस्टेंसेस जहां पे आपको थोड़ा फियर रखना भी जरूरी है. क्योंकि क्या होता है, कंप्लीट फियरनेस कुड लीड टू रेकलेसनेस. अगर आप किसी को ही मानोगे नहीं, टोटल आप अगर फुल बोलोगे मैं दबंग हूं, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूं, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट कूल. So complete fearlessness would lead to recklessness. Okay. A person should fear God. सबसे बड़ी चीज, I always tell you should fear God. जितना आप लव करते हो उतना आपको फियर भी करना जरूरी है. You should fear the society. You should fear the law. लॉ को अगर नहीं मानोगे तो फिर क्या होगा, फिर जेल जाओगे फिर. Okay. You should fear God. कि हाँ, it means one who fear God, it does not mean he doesn't love God. Love God is separate. Obviously we love God. We should fear God also so that we will not do any sin activities or any unlawful things, because we fear कि God हमारे साथ कुछ करेगा. It means you have full faith in God. Always use the word faith in God, because faith always comes with something which is not scientific, not proven. Faith in God. ठीक है? We always use the word belief. Belief in any individual XYZ. Belief always is used when there is scientific evidence. Always use I have belief in this person because he has proved something, there is an evidence, so I believe him. Belief. Faith is always used for God, religion में, because there is no evidence कि God is there on. So faith is constant. God के लिए लव हमेशा constant रहता है generally. But belief, आज belief है, कल नहीं है. आज evidence है, he is proving me right, so I have a belief. Tomorrow he will not prove, तो belief कम हो जाएगा. Because why I told you this word is belief and faith is mentioned in our preamble. So there can be ethics question in our preamble. Belief and faith दोनों word है. You need to understand the difference between belief and faith. There is a mains question of belief and faith in my mains program in YouTube. You can check. I've given the examples. Fine. Okay. So you have to fear God. Okay. Lest he could turn an antisocial element also. If you don't fear society, you do whatever you, because you have to also abide by the rules of the society. You can't go against the society, right? A person who does not fear law would tend to break it, creating chaos in society. अगर आप लॉ को बिलीव नहीं करते, आप ब्रेक करोगे उसको. जब ब्रेक करोगे तो सोसाइटी पे chaos होगा. So one is fear, second is anger. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, वेरी इंटेंस इमोशन. सो एंगर जो होता है, It's a very intense emotion, very intense, characterized by irritation about someone or something. It's a very common emotion. Everyone gets it. Everyone कभी ना कभी anger हुआ होगा, right? ऐसा तो आदमी है नहीं कि कभी angry नहीं हुआ होगा. Day to day life में it's a true emotion, right? But yes, there is a limitation and there are some connotations attached to it. This irritation is displeasure. Displeasure without irritation is disgust. हमको बोलते ना disgusting feeling. This irritation would prod a person to resort to scolding, shouting, even causing physical harm. यही emotion leads to all these things. So emotional intelligence with regard to anger is nothing but the following: not getting angry at frivolous issues. छोटे छोटे issues पे angry होने की जरूरत नहीं है. Channelizing anger only to correct the errors. मतलब आप अपने एंगर को चैनलाइज कर रहे हो, कुछ गलती जेन्युइन गलती हो रही है, some genuine things not like happening as per the law or something, then it is okay, fine. But that does not mean you do physical harm. No, plain anger is okay. Ancient anger would not mask rationality. रैशनैलिटी को खत्म करना मतलब अपने एंगर के थ्रू यू कैन नॉट कॉम्प्रोमाइज द रैशनैलिटी फैक्टर इन द नेम ऑफ एंगर. So a civil servant could get angry at the non-performance of her subordinate. It's okay, fine, because it will send a very strong signal also to the subordinate that okay, you should perform well, otherwise our boss is getting angry. A civil servant's anger at a private food caterer would prod him to serve tasty and hygienic food. A civil servant's anger at a private construction agency would make them finish the construction project in short duration. These are required. That's why I told you this anger emotion is it's a double-edged sword. Like you have to use it very carefully. You have to use it. आप अगर anger नहीं दिखाओगे अपने, see, anger does not mean going and hitting someone. You have to be strict. These are things in strict sense we have used the word strictness. Okay. So a civil servant should be careful. Okay. However, civil servant anger at a mob that has come to protest against a major road accident could infuriate the mob and it may go violent. अगर एक mob attack हो रहा है, बहुत लोग मिल के आ रहे हैं एक मेजर रोड एक्सीडेंट में, वहां पे अगर आप एंगर दिखाओगे तो द थिंग इज एनीथिंग कैन हैपन एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. मॉब और गुस्सा हो सकता है, इट कैन इन्फ्यूरिएट द मॉब एंड इट कैन टर्न इनटू अ वेरी वायलेंट थिंग. इवन लिंच गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स इंक्लूडिंग सिविल सर्वेंट हिमसेल्फ, उसको भी मार सकते हैं. तो यू शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल ऑफ यूजिंग दिस इमोशन, द इमोशन ऑफ एंगर इमोशन. यू शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल हाउ यू यूज द एंगर इमोशन. Civil servants should be very careful and not make any decision in anger. Anger में कभी भी, not even civil servant, कोई भी आदमी को anger में decision लेना जरूरी नहीं है because it will backfire. Decisions in anger are likely to be devoid of rationality. But yes, there are many instances where civil servant is angry and yet here has taken decision. See, mostly generally ऐसा होता है कि आप angry में जो decision लेते हो वो रैशनलिटी से बाहर होता है, बट इट इज अ वेरी जनरल, इट्स नॉट एब्सोल्यूट. कभी कभार आप एंगर में जो डिसीजन लेते हो वो भी सही होता है बिकॉज इट कैन ऑल्सो बी वेरी इंस्टिंक्टिव डिसीजन. It can be very instinctive decision also. That's what it is written. There are many instances where civil servant is angry and yet he has to take decision. So at that time आपको थोड़ा मतलब carefully, see, the emotion will always be there, right? But again you have to be very objective in that sense. So at that time he has to take time, think twice, and if needed go to the place where none is there, koi nahi ho, and then take a decision. Okay, so it is good idea to take a decision validated by a reliable civil servant friend. आप अगर उस टाइम पे यू एंग्री हो तो थोड़ा आप थोड़ा टाइम ले सकते हो हल्का सा, then you think objectively, you think twice, you can ask your civil servant friend or your colleague. The third part is jealousy. Okay, jealousy implies envy करता है. It is a feeling of not accepting the achievements of others. You are not accepting कि the other, your friend or colleague has achieved something but you are not able to accept it. उसी को jealousy बोलते हैं. A sense of resentment about better life or qualities of others is what constitutes jealousy. अगर कोई दूसरा life है, somebody the other guy is having a better life or having a better quality of life he or she is having, but you are not able to, you are sensing, okay, why he's having, why I am not having, you start feeling this. So always the jealousy factor will come. Emotional intelligence with regard to jealousy involves the following: appreciating the achievements of others. You have to appreciate. If someone else is achieving something, you have to appreciate. Taking better traits and achievements of others as an inspiration. If someone is a very like is achieving something or is a very skillful guy. So you can take the better traits and the good things you can take. Filling that with hard work, no, could also emulate or even surprise the achievements of others. आपको फील करना पड़ेगा कि हार्ड वर्क से ही होता है सब कुछ. आप जेलस से फील करके यू विल वेस्ट योर टाइम, यू विल वेस्ट योर ओन माइंड, आपके माइंड सही से काम नहीं करेगा, राइट? सो ए सिविल सर्वेंट is placed in a very competitive environment. He is in competition with his or her counterparts in other districts, departments or organizations. Competition बहुत रहेगा, हर फील्ड पे competition रहता है. At times he has to compete with private sector also. You have to compete with private sector also. This scenario gives rise to the emergence of few counterparts performing better than a civil servant. This should not make the civil servant jealous of those counterparts who clocked better performance. You should learn from them. If somebody is better than you should learn from them how to be better than him. Okay. This jealousy could make him find the mistakes and shortcomings in the better performance of others. It also prevents him from accepting and adopting the better techniques used by the competitors. आप अगर jealousy हो तो वो prevent करेगा आपको the other guy का जो better techniques है, it will prevent because you are already jealous, so you will not imbibe that quality. Thus best practices and the consequent better outcomes get restricted. Best practices जो है better outcomes होने के लिए जो चीजें होती है, it will get restricted to only that district, department or organization. This is the reason for emergence of islands of excellence. But a civil servant who got the emotional intelligence to manage jealousy would feel insecure. तो आपको insecurity would not feel insecure. तो आपको insecurity को हटाना है. You should not feel insecure about anyone in life. You should do your work. That's it. He would find it inspiring to learn counterparts, better practices and methods. You should get inspired from people. Emulation of the same could boost the performance of his or her organization as well. Many times a subordinate may come up with better strategy or solution. A subordinate may be even more knowledgeable. आपका आपसे जो जूनियर है वो भी आपसे कभी कभी ज्यादा knowledgeable हो सकता है. Subordinate may be even more knowledgeable. This would not make a civil servant feel insecure of his or her subordinate. आपको अपने subordinate से insecure नहीं feel करना है. You should not feel jealous of that. An emotionally intelligent civil servant would appreciate such a subordinate, would even prefer to learn from him or her. हमेशा ये चीज बहुत काम आती है. You should always keep learning from your juniors, your seniors, your colleagues, your age group, everybody. You should always keep learning. Following are some of the tips to become emotionally intelligent individual with respect to jealousy factor. क्या करना होगा? The root cause of jealousy होता क्या है? The root cause of jealousy is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. आपके अंदर में confidence नहीं है. You may look very confident, but jealousy का है because this is a very it comes from very inside. Jealousy factor जो होता है ना वो बहुत deep rooted होता है. Okay, बहुत deep rooted होता है. It comes from inside. Hence if a person develops self confidence, he can overcome jealousy. अगर आपके पास self confidence है कि हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ, तो obviously you can cover up or you can get rid of jealousy factor. A person afflicted with jealousy should first identify his strength, achievements and boost his self confidence. अगर किसी का jealousy है तो what you can do is you have to identify your strength first. अगर नहीं है, so you have to improve that. You have to look your achievements. Then you can boost your self-confidence. Many times a person is jealous of the other person because the latter is better at something than him. कभी कभार कुछ चीज में वो better होता है, इसलिए वो jealous है. So that the trait being compared is mostly former's weakness and latter's strength. तो दो चीज में comparison हो जाती है, वहीं से jealousy आती है. One should understand this and start focusing on one's strength and feel confident. This shall lead to the realization that everyone has both strength and weakness. दोनों का strength होता है, weakness होता है. दोनों का strength होता है, weakness होता है. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि एक ही आदमी के पास सिर्फ strength ही strength हो. So it means if this person is getting jealous, ठीक है, so he should understand his strength first. And he should understand that everyone has a strength and weakness. This other guy also has a weakness and a strength. It is absolutely common for others to have better qualities than you, and you also have a few better qualities than others. So this leads to confidence and destroy jealousy. You should understand that everyone has, if this guy has a strength, so this guy has a weakness. So I should develop my strength in a very different manner. Everyone has the other like strength सबका same नहीं होगा, right? So वो feeling भी होना बहुत जरूरी है. Another trick to manage jealousy is to look at it as a signal to work hard. The most important factor. अगर jealousy है तो उसको कम करने के लिए what you can do is you have to feel you have to work hard. कि okay, I'll work hard and I will perform better. Okay. So that person works hard and is able to achieve better performance. The better performance हो जाएगा. So obviously that the jealousy will turn into a positive outcome. The jealousy factor slowly will go. So the thing is you have to work hard. At the end of the day, you have to work hard. You have to improve your quotient, intelligent quotient, or your knowledge quotient, or anything. Okay. So the last part is boredom. So this is the final part of the chapter. Boredom in simple words means being uninterested. It's a very normal thing. It means you are uninterested in the work. It's a very negative emotion. There should always be a drive to do something. Okay, so here the drive to do anything is totally absent. So emotional intelligence in this boredom regard, you have to identify the activities that keep one engaging, developing strength to come out of boredom, identifying the state of boredom and postponing the action unless it is extremely urgent, learning to do things wholeheartedly. ठीक है, so ये सब चीज आपको करना पड़ेगा. Okay, so this is the end of our chapter emotional intelligence. Tomorrow in our mentorship test, tomorrow Sunday, so there will be a test. So one question will be there from emotional intelligence, that is GS4, and the other questions will be from GS1, 2 and 3. So I'll try to make some 5 to 7 questions and 50 prelims questions. Okay, so the test time is at 7:30 p.m. Fine. Okay, I'll be sharing the paper tomorrow at sharp 7:30 p.m. Okay, guys, thank you.